Greetings. Today I want to share some anti-stress and recreational strategies that were so much of a help to me and other people in my circle that I just sort of had to share them. Now, the current social environment has become so innately hostile that many people are having serious trouble navigating just their daily tasks and relationships. And few people are exempt from the external effects of the current conditions. So, on top of your daily grind, we now find ourselves subject to constant pressure to be experimental guinea pigs, rising crime, constantly changing mandates of what to wear, what not to wear, not to mention the ethnic targeting of Aboriginal people. Dr. Amos Wilson taught us that the social environment has a direct effect inside our homes. Now, some people may deny this, but this pandemic is clear evidence to the contrary. There's no way you can say that you're not affected by the external changes going on. So if the pandemic can have such an effect, it being an external phenomenon, then so can racism, sexism, tribalism, etc. So here are the 10 anti-stress busters that will help you if you implement them. Now these are in no order of priority, but some of them do have more of an importance than others. So number one, and I do have to certify this one as one of the most important strategies, and that's not to take things personal. Now, a lot of things people take you through, from the irate bank teller, the idiot on the road whose hand is glued to his or her horn, or the neighbor's dog who just won't shut the hell up. All of that really has little to do with you. Overstanding that 90% of what people think of you has almost nothing to do with what you did. And understanding that goes, or rather overstanding that goes a long way, and being able to put the problem right where it belongs. And it belongs back in the head of the person who forms that opinion without even dealing with you or asking you a single question. Now, if someone gets fly at the mouth or starts to wear the lemon face, think about the fact that they can't face the real issue in their lives. Therefore, they seek to find what they think is a soft target to express their anger. You're most likely looking at a coward trying to get a perceived win. Though it sounds cliche, ignore them to show them that they're insignificant and that they won't take up real estate in the mind or in your life. This puts you in complete control, trust me. If they were real about their business, they would get at you with a direct question or complaint instead of the passive aggressive tactics or yelling from a safe distance inside a locked car. When it comes to loved ones who may get out of pocket from time to time, again, overstanding in and of itself brings a huge amount of stress relief because things are not so personal. Thus, we don't have to mount an emotional defense system against someone that we're in constant contact with, that we always have to be around, and therefore we always have to have this defense system activated. If there's any issue, let them know. When they're ready to talk diplomatically, you'll be waiting. Once you do that, keep it pushing. Don't give it another thought, because you just made it clear that you can solve this problem together when they're ready to do it right. Number two, don't commit to other people's tasks or responsibilities. Don't commit that to your memory, no matter who it is. Now, I know it sounds harsh, but those little assignments that people give you to remind them of something, or when they tell you such and such might happen on this day, or can you stop at the store and get me some cigarettes? Those trivial things take up storage space in your mental hard drive. And trust me, we need every bit of space that we can keep. Plus, the irritation of doing some of the things that we don't necessarily want to do pull energy from the mind, thus the body, even if you do it. Buy people who need reminders a notepad. Tell people who need cigarettes to stop smoking or stop making you a culprit in their demise. Tell others to give you advance notice of important dates to be sure these requests don't pop up arbitrarily and irritate your energy anyway. These are responsibilities you can shave off of your life schedule that pop up and interrupt your natural flow. If you eliminate them, it makes it so that you can create more time and mental energy for yourself. 3. Don't deny yourself affection. I think we all know hugs and kisses release dopamine, but in the scramble to live, we kind of forget this fact. And worse, we piss off the person that's best able to fulfill our emotional needs. There are numerous studies on the effects of affection and how it makes you more capable of dealing with stress. The best way to keep this drug on supply is to do your part in keeping your loved one stress-free. 4. Practice situational set-asides. Now, this alludes somewhat to the earlier strategy of avoiding mental occupation by someone else's issues, but from a slightly different angle. When problems erupt, be comforted and armed with the fact that problems can be placed on hold. You don't always have to discuss things right then and there in the heat of the moment, which would possibly make things worse. Set it aside. Commit to discussing it when the mood is diplomatic, and don't think about it any further. Calmness brings clarity. You have to know that. The mind and the brain are not optimum when agitated, let alone angry. 5. Watch children play. This is an excellent way to let go of a lot of your anger. Watching children giggle, frolic, and laugh from the natural high that they have on life has sort of a nostalgic pull that will take you back to your happier days, as well as appreciate the fact that just being alive is a gift that children innately appreciate. And perhaps you should be more appreciative of your gift as well, in spite of your problems. 6. Bathe in the sun. So, how does this help stress? The sun is a programming energy for the melanated being. The same way it activates flowers to open up to receive more energy, or the way it energizes and feeds the bodies of reptiles that bathe in the sun, it will energize the brain and the body and make you stronger and more capable of dealing with adversity. This is in addition to boosting the hormone vitamin D. Now, what's not so widely known is that the power of the sun activates bone marrow proliferation, and bone marrow, as we know, is responsible for red blood cell creation and lymphocyte creation. Lymphocytes are the first soldiers in your immune system. So you literally fortify your whole body and mind by being in the sun, as long as you don't burn. 7. Massages. There are a handful of good tools out there that will help you relax and heal your body physically. Rubbing sore or just tired muscles also releases dopamine, whether you do it yourself or if someone else does it. Although when someone else does it, you have the addition of toxins being released from the body. Having massages done regularly goes a long way in reducing stress, especially when combined with other receiving strategies. 8. Schedule a brainless day. Now, when I say brainless, I mean give your brain a total reset or rest. Sit and do nothing as much of the day as possible. If you watch TV, only watch comedies, and it's important to have them be clean comedies with little, if any, profanity. Now, that's not a moral mandate, but a spiritual one. The energy of profane language has a high stimulation level. Think about when you drop the F bomb when you're right next to rage. That's energy. Hearing the F bomb also invokes the same energy on a subconscious level, whether you feel it then or not. Remember, you want the brain to relax as much as possible this day. If you listen to music, only listen to instrumentals, jazz, classical, and the like. The goal is to quiet your mind as much as possible. Again, if you're doing a task that you have to do, which you should also minimize or eliminate if you can, you can still ease your mind by thinking of a single sound or a single pattern or a single item if you can't quiet your mind altogether. As strange as it may seem, I generally stick a small note to my finger as a constant reminder when my brain starts to run away from my goal and the brain chatter starts. Trust me, you'll find out keeping your mind quiet is much, much harder than it sounds. And when you try this one, you're going to see how addicted to thinking you are and how relentless the chatter in your brain is. 9. Take a B12 vitamin complex, especially if you don't eat meat. Now, there's a reason the B vitamins are given as an injection by prescription. They are a critical component of neurological stability. Now, I'm not going to go into it too much, but prior videos I've done express the high importance of this vitamin complex. Your whole psychological balance is at risk if your B vitamin levels are low. Finally, have a cheat day if you can handle it. Listen, I know people have this thing about eating healthy and not deviating to avoid temptation. I get that, and I agree. If you can't restrain yourself to one day of cheating, then this is not for you. Stay with the other 9 strategies. But if you can keep the cheat to just that one scheduled day, you're going to find out that rewarding yourself with a pleasure food is almost like a pull from a fat one. I have family that eat out almost every week, and once a month, I'll roll with them and make that my cheat day. I actually have 2 cheat days each month, but sometimes I actually forget to take one, or I skip it because it's too close to the family outing, and I just wait until the outing happens. In those times where it's been a month or more since I've cheated, I literally get a buzz from eating a slice of pie or French toast. So, I know firsthand the dopamine release is real. But try as many of these techniques as you need, and I guarantee you'll toss aside a lot of your stress. Make the ones that work best for you your daily life practice, and you'll find your mental disposition in a much better shape in the short and long run. So until next video, peace. If you learned from this video, help support the study and time to bring this knowledge to our community. It does take time and effort to be concise and as accurate as possible so that we can stay abreast of important health information and techniques. Please visit the site and follow these links.